Hello and welcome back to another episode of our wonderful Bounty Hunter saga. We are currently hunting down a Y-Wing. We are essentially carrying on from last episode with our rather disappointing attempt at finding that trader. I've just been recording for about the last half an hour, but it was basically me just travelling up and down and trying to find things, and it's not working. We've got 11 minutes left to find this Y-Wing. It's meant to be in this sector. But no joys as it stands at the minute. I've got a feeling that things might have slightly reset, so to speak, since logging off, because after the last episode I basically exited game, shut everything down, went to bed. Because we've had some random nav beacon ID numbers as well as a few other things. I mean, that's 7 hours out of date anyway, so I did nip into Stenos, which is the next sector over, that's filled with VLS, to have a quick look. That's a wee bit full at the minute of things that want to kill us. They've still got that dreadnought that's sat on the gate. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to stop, we're going to do a scan, and if this scan comes back with nothing, we're going to abort these missions. We're going to go and hand them in, so I feel like I'm actually doing something. I'm not chasing my tail. So, what have you missed? Couple of things. We have got our reputation up with the Commerce Guild. So, let's have a look. So, we got our reputation up with the Bounty Hunters Guild. We're now approved bounty hunter once we go and talk to the faction leader, so that'll be good. The ICG, Independent Commerce Guild, we're now classed as a something investor, a prized investor, so apparently we'll get some discounts, which will be good. I believe that means essentially not only will they here we go, set to active. We're out of here. Yeah, when you're a prize investor, I think, not only do you get a discount on prices for buying things, but I believe you also get money for a bit more money when you sell things as well. Because when I was playing on my New Republic, I did notice that my money, once I hit prize investor with New Republic and I got my reputation up, my money just kind of like started skyrocketing. So that'll be good. We still need to get some traders online in some of the other sectors. We made an executive decision as well on the Razor Crest. We're still buying the Razor Crest. We're still looking forward to buying the Razor Crest. However, we've decided, because the model that we were the spec that we had on it was going to cost us 3 million, and that's because we were going to look at having the bomb launcher on it, the seismic charge launcher. Now each one of these, I'll just show you, is 121,000 per mine, which for a situational weapon I think it's a bit rich for our blood at the minute. Eventually, yes, we'll have a fleet of them when we're billionaires with launchers on it, but for at the minute we're sticking with our we're going to put some concussion missiles launchers on it, make it a good or a better fighter.
Corellian Star Shuttle.
I've got that Corellian Star Shuttle. I don't know if I like these. They're kind of like the VW Beetle of the Star Wars transport world. It's curvy. I suppose they're quite cute in a way. I like the engines on them. Isn't this the shuttle pod thing that Anakin and Padme take in Attack of the Clones when they go to Naboo to hide the royal nibs? Yeah. So yeah, so we have got a lot of, well, quite a few jumps before we're there. So we'll just let this slowly but surely tick away, and we will see you on the other side. It does look like the CSA are currently hammering the crap out of the Independence Commerce Guild though. Oh no! Which is a bit scary, to be honest, because if you happen to be on a station when bits start getting blown off it, that's an insta-death, that. Cool, that's something to look forward to. We might be able to have a look, see what's going on, and there should be some loot as well. So, we will see you in Nimban. So we're now back in the Nimban sector, just having a look what's been going on. That's a Nebulon B, that's seen better days. Looking at the sector, if we look down here at these twitching stations, they're being shot at. So we're going to hand this mission in, and then we'll take a little gander, see what's going on. That's the only downside if you do a CSA start, is you start at war or you start at hostile relations with the IGC, Independent Commerce Guild. I think my recommendation when you're playing this game, shift and dock, is do one of the starts, which basically, unless you're obviously familiar with the game, starts you off in the bog standard fighter craft. Just something like an E-Wing, like the New Republic one. Take as many different missions as you can, get used to it, and build from there. And then when you've had maybe like a day or two's worth of play on it, and you've figured out, you know, how you make stations and things like that, then maybe think about a custom start. Unless you want to play on the your given faction. I think now I know what I know with the game. If I was to redo an Empire start, I could do fairly well on that. But with 0.7 coming out soon, hopefully, maybe there's a couple of new stats on that. As far as I'm aware, there's not many changes.
Hello there.
There you go. There you go, 500,000.
Good luck out there.
We are now nearly at Razor Crest o'clock. Excellent. Mission manager. Where's this one? You require us to undock. I'm sure there's someone screaming at the computer the way I do this. Just open the briefing, read this. But you know, we aim to please most of the time. You look like a nervous guy. You just look like you're out for a stroll to shops, mate.
Hello there.
Oh, maybe ooh, that might have been a bit insensitive. Maybe he was
Good luck out there.
a crew member on one of the ships that was destroyed by that Porax. Poor guy, I'm sorry. So that requires us to undock. Let's get back to the Equinox. In fact, let's check out stations like this with multiple traders are pretty good for selling wares. What? I didn't want to go here. I wanted to go to the Traders Corner. In fact, we'll do that later. We're going to the Bounty Hunters Guild anyway. They'll have a trader. We can sell our wares there. So let's get on the Equinox. Let's have a look at those, see what's going on down in that bottom corner. Now the station didn't look like they were taking much damage. So I'm not expecting a massive fleet down there. But you never know, it could be. I have seen Venators take out pirate stations before. And once they're in range and all the guns start going, it's pretty impressive. And ISD 2s, good God, they make a mess. Right, which way we need to be going? 180. Which one was getting destroyed? Was it that one? Well, that was one of them. Oh, it doesn't look like it's taking any damage anymore. Check it out anyway, there might be some good loot. The wars on this game are pretty meaningless, really. I've never seen any of the factions make any major pushes, and I'm talking like almost a week's worth of play into a single playthrough, and they don't seem to kind of push too hard or too far or too fast. What did we have? A couple of arcs. Yeah, looking at this, it was just a bunch of arcs peppering it.
Stop that criminal. Short range transporter. A.
Let's get this criminal. Pop. Alright, so I'm going to double check which one's closer, and we will be back in a minute when I'm at the station. We'll get these handed in, and then I think it'll be time to order our Razor Crest. It looks like we've found a rather large New Republic fleet kicking around.
MC-80 Liberty.
We've got MC-80.
Fleet support. MC-80 Sinuser.
Got a Liberty, look at that. A Sinuser. Is that right? Sinuser? Nice big. Now, I like some of the big Moncal ships.
Autopilot.
It's just autopilot
Engaged.
away. But some of them I'm not that keen on. So the more...
MC-40B torpedo cruiser. Jump completed. Chardon.
No, these ones, not that keen on.
MC-80 Liberty. Huzzar Fire 1.
Well, we can't look at them anymore because we're out of sector. But yeah, they're a bit bibbly bobbly, wibbly wobbly. So we're still on his way to Cabal for some reason. Oh, it might be in Utapa. Is there a drive yard, a wharf and a shipyard in Utapa? Maybe. But I've just let the autopilot run so I could manage some of the other ships.
Jump completed.
You know, get them dropping satellites and stuff like that. And so we've come from... Where did we come from? Naban. I've got a feeling it would have been quicker to go down and round, because it's going to either want us to go there or there. We've had one autopilot epic fail, as it likes to say. It crashed into a New Republic defense station. But yeah, that New Republic fleet is on the border of ascendancy space. It would be nice to know how... oh, this is a creepy looking sector, isn't it? It would be nice to know how the AI dictates its priority, which...
Defense platform.
Oh wow, that looks proper creepy in the mist. Look at that. These Imperial stations are fantastic. I think they'll probably be designed based on the one in... well, from Rogue Squadron, not Rogue Squadron, Rogue One. But you do see a lot of stations like this in such as Squadron Commander and stuff like that. Beautiful. Now we're off to Cabal.
Imperial
some TIE fighters nearby. You can tell by the screech. What's that? TIE Striker. They were on Rogue One. A cool looking TIE fighter with a big wing. I wonder if they've done like a version of Freelancer that would work on modern day's Windows, and whether the mod's still kicking around somewhere for it, the Star Wars mod. Because that had an absolutely amazing selection of Imperial like ships.
Autopilot disengage.
Don't remember. You know, they're probably not canon anymore. I don't know if they were canon then or if they were just a combination of kit bashed. Or ones from, you know, fan designs and that. There's some good ones, especially some of the traders. Because it had like the big TIE fighter style solar panel wing, but on the top and on the bottom there were TIE defenders, I think, that were in that. And then all the pirates in Freelancer were the ones that flew around in X-wings. And that, which were good. I never ended up with an X-wing because I always wanted to play as the, in inverted commas, good guy. So here we are in Utapau.
Jump completed. Utapau.
This will be a nice Rhydonium minefield, if I had to guess.
Asteroid.
Or in Rhydonium. Usually the ones you can tell a Rhydonium asteroid field because it'll have empty asteroids in it, and these funky looking yeah, there you go, Rhydonium. Jagged ones are usually Rhydonium. So we've come to the one that's the most furthest out of our way. So we can then go back and get our... yeah, sorry.
Docking granted.
So we've come furthest out of the way. We'll start again. So we can do this one, and I think the other one might be on the way back. And then we can accept our bounty hunter invitation. You know, the one that says we are a recognised bounty hunter. Or an approved bounty hunter. I don't know what that gives us. I don't know if it tells us anywhere. Get up.
Hello.
Hello. And then when we're an
Gauntlet Starfighter.
approved bounty hunter. We'll have to get his reputation up. Now, unfortunately, I think most of that reputation has actually come from trading, not doing bounties. I've done a couple of missions for them. I think there was a mission to get them some marines, which I did. But I don't know how it works with taking missions from someone. If anyone knows, please do let me know in the comments section. There you go. Another near 500,000.
Good luck out there.
So now we've got 2 million. So what we can do is, once we get aboard the Equinox, we can order our Razor Crest. Yeah, get our Razor Crest. And then, when we've got our Razor Crest, by the time we get back, is that active? Where's that wanting us to go? Well, we need to be in a ship first. So then when when we order it, by the time we get to the bounty hunter station, we'll have his Razor Crest. So then next episode, we can use it. We can do some flying around in it. That's something fun, isn't it? That's something to look forward to. On dock. Where is our final stop? Cabal. It wants us to fly to. That doesn't necessarily mean it's in Cabal. Let's just have a look at the map. Oh, you are having a draft. We've already been this way. Oh well.
Jump beacon, Cabal.
So, let's... Mongaza. Which is that? No, not sell ship. I was very tempted to sell the Y-Wing. But I decided against it. That can be part of our fleet. So, 1.5 mil, 2 mil, add to shopping list. Oh, we need to think of a name. That's something we can do as well. Next episode, we'll think of a name for it. So, when we get home,
Autopilot. Engaged asteroid.
we'll be ready to rock and roll. Please don't fly me into an asteroid. Please don't fly me into an asteroid. Please don't fly me into an asteroid. Thank you.
Disengage.
Okay, so we will check back in when we've got to see when we get to speak to Alice Yannick, and then we'll go to the Bounty Hunters Guild. We will get our promotion, and we can then look forward to our new ship. We might even take it for a little test flight this episode, but we'll see. Welcome back. We are one jump away from our final stop. It's been a pretty uneventful journey so far. That didn't work how I wanted it to do. Oh, and we've flown under it. Well done, you. So after that comedy of errors, we'll get back to our usual schedule of, playing the game properly. I expected that opening shot to whiz by, not just vanish. Still getting used to some of the camera controls.
Jump completed. Bothaway.
We're on his way to the high-tech factory in Bothaway. Second of its name. Hand this mission in. The Razor Crest is done, finished, completed, ready to pick up. I'd like to say this is the same feeling you get when you buy a new car, and if you've ever bought a new car and you have to wait for it to be ready, you'll know what feeling I'm on about. It's not quite like that, but because I've been a little bit poorly recently, I'm pretty much cooped up most of the time. It's so sad, but on a serious note, yeah,
Out of docking range.
getting a new car is, for me anyway, is quite possibly one of the nicest experiences. I was lucky with my last car that I bought, because I bought it during lockdown, where technically speaking you weren't allowed to buy car. Well, you could buy a car, but you weren't technically allowed to go and see them and look at them and take them on a test drive. But the place I bought the car from, he sort of said, well, you're not allowed technically to take it for a test drive. However, the paperwork for it is in the boot, and the keys are in the ignition, and it is parked outside our workshop. So if you happen to want to come and have a look, we can't stop you. So I did, and then I decided it was nice, and we bought it. I had to wait I think I had to wait about a week because it needed a new. Was it a week or was it a couple of days? Might have been a couple of days. It needed a new caliper fitting on it, and yeah, that was a good experience. It's a nice. I think it's a nice car anyway. What I've got. It's an Octavia, Mark II Octavia VRS, 2 litres of turbochargedness.
Hello there.
And bless her, I've not been out in it in a long time.
Good luck out there.
I've been out in it with my dad on his days off from work. Take me on pity runs to different places, and he drives my car for him, but bless him, he doesn't drive it like I drive it, and you can tell she's not happy, because when you've got a bit of a sporty car, you need to give it a bit of gusto every now and again to clean it out. But I will be back as soon as the doctors say I'm okay to drive, because I had a little bit of a brain bleed. I'll be back. Can't wait. It's going to be brilliant. I do sometimes just sit in it. Just pretend I'm driving. You know, so you don't forget. We are lucky in the fact that we live on a little bit of land. Anyway, back to our Star Wars game. Promotion to the approved bounty hunter status. So we'll set to it. Right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to deliberately, slightly tease ourselves. We're going to go talk straight to the bounty hunter lady.
Autopilot engaged.
And we're just going to ignore it. We're just going to put us blinkers on it, and then come out and like, oh my god! We'll have a look around the outside while it's landed, see what it looks like. We're going to see Jennifer? Janefer? Would that be Jennifer or Janefer? Fisty. There's some weird names on this. But yeah, new ship. That'd be nice. I'm hoping it's going to like handle fairly well. I've been watching some other YouTubers, as you do, doing their playthroughs.
Jump completed.
And
Lateral action for
the Hawk,
transport.
the Hawk
Jump
looks
beacon
nice. Or the
on Gaza.
HWK, is it 290 or something like that? It's the one Kyle Katarn had. The Mouldy Crow. Is Kyle Katarn canon or Legends? Don't know. If you've ever played any of the Jedi Knight games, I think you see the ship. Do you see him in Dark? He's in a couple of other games as well, isn't he? But you definitely see it in Jedi Knight, Jedi Outcast, and then Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Academy. I'm sure you see Kyle Katarn in that one as well. Jedi Academy was hilarious. It was such a fun game. I think it was that one. It could have been Jedi Outcast as well, but so is that the final missions, and spoiler alert just in case you haven't played this game, which is probably getting on for 20 odd years old. But yeah, one of the final missions, you go to Korriban or somewhere like that. It's one of the Sith worlds. Is it Korriban? I think it's Korriban. But yeah, you go there, and as you go down on into the ruins, on top of one of the buildings it's full of basically Sith apprentices. And because you can fire, it must be Jedi Outcast because you can get rocket launchers and that. Either which way, you can fire a missile at the Jedi on the top of this roof, the Sith on the top of this roof, and they will force push it back at you, and then you can force push it back at them, and you just play essentially ping pong in the Star Wars way, which the you know, if you lose,
Disengage.
you get hit by a rocket. So it's like risky ping pong. Yeah, they were good games. There's been good Star Wars games over the years. I recently got a PlayStation 5. And one of the first things I did was to play some of the old PlayStation 1 and 2 Star Wars titles just for nostalgia's sake. We played... What did I play first? The first game I played was Star Wars Demolition, which was essentially Vigilante 8, if you've ever played Vigilante 8, which was a PlayStation 1 game, but with Star Wars vehicles. And you drive around in your vehicle, blowing up other vehicles in a like arena-based combat. You get unlocked different weapons. You want me to go back up the ship? I don't think you do. Yeah, it was a good game. The Vigilante 8 games were good as well. They were a fantastic series of games. Well, I say series, 2 of them. I don't remember. I don't think the second one was quite as good. All the crazy 70s inspired characters. Wee, load in please. Okay, so let's put on our best best phase. Hello, Jennifer Fisty. I've come for my promotion.
It's good to see you, friend.
Oh, she called me friend.
We've been watching your work with great interest and wanted to reward you for it.
I'm pleased to present you with a new rank amongst our organization. These benefits are tied to the rank, so if you lose the rank, the benefits go too. But with your record, I'm sure we won't have to worry about that. I hope you find these rewards fit into the work you've done and make the most of them. Once again, thank you for your efforts. We look forward to working with you more in the future. Good luck out there.
Thank you.
It's good to see you, friend.
What blueprints do you sell? None of them. So they sell the ship equipment, so I can buy all the ships that they have. No turrets, no weapons, no shield generators, no engines, no thrusters. No. So not many from the old Bounty Hunter Guild.
Good luck out there.
I don't know what this approved Bounty Hunter actually means. Does it mean the ships are cheaper? Should I have waited to buy the Razor Crest? Could we have got it at a slight discount? Does it tell us anywhere? No, it's not on there. Factions and relations, Bounty Hunter Guild, approved Bounty Hunter. Have we got anything in the encyclopedia? Factions, Bounty Hunter Guild, approved Bounty Hunter, awarded in ceremony. Wow, that's useful. Doesn't tell us what it does. I think usually it means you just get a discount. So, for the end of this video, what we'll do then is the most important thing. We'll go to the Trader's Corner. I bet you all thought you said we'll go to the Razor Crest, which is down there.
Hello.
Hi.
Can I help?
Yeah, it can.
Here you go.
My, what a very deep voice you have. Right, let's sell some of this crap. You can go. You can go. They're still not brilliant prices, but we'll sell them anyway.
Good luck out there.
I wanna look. Yeah, it's there. Look. Oh, it's there. But I noticed we can also make an alien omelette. So we'll craft an alien omelette as well. And
Can I help?
sell
Here you
that
go.
alien omelette. How much? Oh, we'll not sell that though. That's a very rubbish price for an alien omelette.
Good luck out there.
Right, shall we have a look? Razor Crest. We need some epic music, so we'll cue some epic music playing as we go up and see our Razor Crest. The first proper ship that we intend to use. It's not an exact replacement for our beautiful Gauntlet, which is sat just down there, but it's hopefully definitely going to be our ship for a little while at least. As we go on this very ceremonialist, like, dumped cargo. I mean, we're in a bounty hunter station, aren't we? So that's probably like dead aliens or bounty aliens in carbonite, already Ziploc bags. That's probably full of missiles and guns. That's some nice foliage though. But there she is, docked in Area 2. The Razor Crest. Oh, she's got a boarding ramp on the back. I can see that already. Oh, she's a looker. She definitely got some looks. Those engines, fantastically giant engines, completely redundant in a real life like fighter, because that's the first thing you can go. It's one of the biggest targets, and there's two of them. Look at her. Okay, she's got side hatch door, big cannons on the front. Look at those bruises. They're like almost large fighter craft or large class gun. The Humber privateers, of Crimson. It's fantastic engines again. Right, is there anywhere we can get a nice view? Oh, that's a good view. Can we crouch a bit?
Ladies and gentlemen, station
Well, the halo effect there.
would like to remind you to keep children away from the airlocks.
Unless you don't like said children, then airlock away. There we go, look at that. Razor Crest. We need to think of a name for our Razor Crest. What's it? Oh my god, look at this. So this is where we can put all our carbonated victims in. Oh, it's even got the toilet in. Look, we can go to the vac tube, and when we get us Baby Yoda, we can hide him in there. Oh, we haven't got a big weapon. Shouldn't there be a weapons rack down here somewhere? Where's his weapons cupboard? Oh well. So then, as we go up, we've got a little upper deck area. This is a teleporting area,
Razor Crest.
so when we need to go out into the spacesuit for whatever reason. It's fantastic, isn't it? Oh, nice little chair there. Nice little chair there. This guy's precariously perched on. Has it got? Oh, it has. Look. Look. It's even got the little silver handle with the little tiny ball on it. That's fantastic. So, with that then, we're going to call it an episode. And the next episode, we will take this for a little bit of a spin. So, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and until next time.